This is Christina Laza from the Communications and Knowledge Management Office of the Philippine Competition Commission, your host for today. We would like to welcome you all to a significant event, and we want to thank you for being here today. So today is August 8th, or 808, which marks the end of the 2-year grace period provided by the Philippine Competition Act for businesses to adjust, restructure processes, and renegotiate agreements or practices that violate the game-changing antitrust law. With the PCA in full effect beginning tomorrow, how might this impact businesses and consumers? We have with us the chairman of the Philippine Competition Commission to discuss that. Ladies and gentlemen, a big hand for Dr. Arsenio Emparisaca.
Mic.
Our friends from the media, my colleagues at the Philippine Competition Commission, PCC, and all attendees of this event, good morning. 2 years ago, Congress passed a game-changing piece of legislation that significantly and irrevocably changed the country's competition landscape. That piece of legislation was the Philippine Competition Act, or the PCA. Since then, the PCC, or Philippine Competition Commission, has been tirelessly working to ensure that businesses, government agencies, and sector regulators, and consumers are made aware of the law and its far-reaching implications. The Commission has conducted roadshows, consultations, and information dissemination so that stakeholders could have ample time and opportunity to comply with the PCA. At this point, let me be as straightforward as I possibly can. After due process, you are caught violating the Philippine Competition Act, you will be fined and penalized. The PCC may impose administrative fines of up to 100 million on the first offense and up to 250 million on the second offense. Aside from the fines, the penalty of imprisonment of up to 7 years may be imposed by courts upon directors and officials of any corporation involved in an anti-competitive agreement, if the violation involves the trade or movement of basic necessities and prime commodities as defined by the Price Act, the fine or penalty shall be tripled. When businesses, or why are we imposing such hefty penalties? When businesses agree to fix their prices or engage in bid rigging, consumers do not get real value for their money. That is not fair. When dominant firms actively prevent small and medium enterprises, or SMEs, from entering the market, Philippine entrepreneurs lose out on opportunities to earn an honest living. That is not fair. When large companies merge and subsequently abuse their dominance or substantially lessen competition, consumers are left with fewer choices and emptier pockets. That is not fair. Naniniwala tayo na dapat patas ang laban na manegosyo sa merkado. Today, we mark two very significant events. One that has had profound effects in the last 50 years, and one that is sure to impact the lives of millions of Filipinos in the many years to come. Today, August 8, 2017, is the end of the transitory period provided by the PCA, which became effective on the same day 2 years ago. Incidentally, Today also marks the 50th anniversary of the establishment of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, and the Philippines is the host for this year. It is worth noting that we are among the last in the ASEAN region to enact a competition law. 2 years ago, we passed a law that helped propel us into economic modernity and allowed us to more closely align ourselves with the practices of our regional neighbors and trade partners. Since then, companies were given a 2-year grace period to renegotiate their agreements, amend their practices, and restructure themselves in order to comply with the PCA. Starting tomorrow, all businesses should be on their toes to guard against anti-competitive behavior from boardrooms to cashier stands. The end of the transitory period, however, does not mean that the agency in the last 2 years operated in a vacuum. Instead, this marks a new chapter in the Commission's mission as an antitrust and competition authority. Since day one, we have already received 114 merger notifications with a total value of 1.95 trillion pesos. Majority of this came from the manufacturing, financial, electricity, and transportation sectors. These 4 sectors account for about 62% of the total number of notifications. Of the 114, 32 were notified and reviewed under the implementing rules and regulations issued in June 2016. That is when we started the full rather than expedited reviews. To date, we have approved 95 notifications with zero backlog on all our merger reviews. All of our decisions relating to the transactions reviewed under the implementing rules and regulations are posted on our website. In the interest of maintaining the transparency and predictability of our processes, we made it our top priority to finalize the PCC's rules of procedure for administrative investigations and pleadings and practice before the Commission. The final rules are expected to be posted on our website within the month. Pending the issuance of the final rules of procedure, a set of interim rules and preliminary inquiry and full administrative investigation shall guide the Commission in the handling of complaints, referrals from regulatory agencies and inquiries, as well as in the conduct of its investigations. This is posted on our website and available for download. In line with Chapter 16 of the Philippine Development Plan 2017-2022, the PCC is analyzing competition issues in priority sectors such as agriculture, manufacturing, and public services, particularly electricity, telecommunications, as well as transportation and logistics. So far, the PCC has received numerous queries and complaints for possible anti-competitive conduct in various industries, 3 of which have advanced to preliminary inquiry and subsequently progressed to full administrative investigation. Now I give you an update or updates on several queries and complaints received by our Competition Enforcement Office. Garlic. The Commission has recently received a letter from Senator Cynthia Villar to look into the garlic industry and the alleged existence of a cartel. Triggered by the letter from Senator Villar, the PCC has decided to launch a preliminary inquiry into the garlic industry. We are mindful of the fact that this issue is an important public concern. Cement. Last year, a complaint about the alleged anti-competitive practices of players in the cement industry was received by the PCC. We have looked into the matter, and the investigation of the cement industry has progressed from preliminary inquiry to a full administrative investigation. This means that our Competition Enforcement Office has advanced its inquiries to more specific areas and beyond the allegations contained in the complaint. The PCC is prioritizing this case, devoting significant resources toward assessing the large volume of information and data relevant to this investigation. We have been engaging with key stakeholders within the industry to encourage anyone who may have relevant information to come forward and speak with us. Let me reiterate that we do not want PCC to be just another bureaucratic layer or an additional burden to businesses. So we have reached out or are reaching out to different government agencies to address issues concerning duplication and overlaps in our review and approval processes. Rest assured that the Commission is mindful of cost implications and business transactions. While the PCC is tasked with the meting out administrative fines, our colleagues at the Office for Competition under the Department of Justice, or DOJ, are tasked with undertaking prosecution of all criminal offenses. Today, I'm pleased to announce that the DOJ, the Office for Competition, will be executing a declaration of commitment to the development of a collaborative and harmonized approach to enforcing the provisions of the PCA. They will be our partners in going after those who restrict market competition. I hope they'll be here in time for the lesson they are here. Recently, bid rigging has been highlighted as a pressing concern by the President, especially in the context of our Build infrastructure program. It is a serious crime that is punishable by the procurement law, and in itself is also a violation of the Philippine Competition Act. The PCC will also be partnering with the Office of the Ombudsman and the Commission on Audit in order to harness linkages and ensure an effective investigation process in cases related to bid rigging. Our agreements are related to information sharing, verification, and the conduct of review and probe of transactions, if needed. This will provide a boost to our campaign against bid rigging, price fixing, and cartels in government procurements and projects. The operation of the PCC and the implementation of the PCA are now indeed in full swing. We encourage businesses to comply with all our processes and cooperate with us in our inquiries and investigations. To the companies who welcome the challenge of competition, tulungan tayo sa pagkamit ng layunin ito. Competition allows you to improve your products and services and to build your reputation as a market player. However, to all those who prevent real market competition from being realized, the law equally applies to all businesses, large or small, and we will not hesitate to use it to ensure fairness in the market. To our colleagues in government, let's spearhead initiatives and commit our efforts to create and sustain a robust culture of competition in the years to come. This is key to attaining our country's vision of shared prosperity and everyone's aspiration for a matatag, paginhawa at panatag na buhay. Lastly, to all our consumers, join us in protecting our economy against anti-competitive behavior and practices. Speak up against anti-competitive practices and be a champion for competition. It is time to create a level playing field. It is time to empower the Filipino consumer. It's time for fairness to rule in the marketplace. It's time for real competition. Thank you very much.